my mind was changed on making judgment on players by this Justin Fields, Matt Nagy thing. Even though he performed better this week, but Matt Nagy, I guess, relinquished the play calling duties, so maybe that's why. But once I saw that, and I know how dynamic Justin Fields is, and then I saw what a game plan could do to a player and the way he looks on tape, you know, I heard Dan Orlovsky talk about, okay, I'm starting to rethink my opinion on Mitch Trubisky now. And then, obviously, Sam Darnold's a great example of that. Baker's an example of that. I know you didn't think he played that well this past Sunday, but Baker, you could just say he was a rookie, but under, you know, Hugh and, you know, you never, and what's the guy's other name?
Freddie Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens.
Casa, make yourself at home, do your do. Welcome to my pad, this your lab, go create your move.
This episode is brought to you by Subway. What's good, everybody? It's 99 Miles Per Hour podcast with me, your host, Perci Garner, and I'm excited. Hopefully I'll stop smacking my tongue in the mic, but I'm excited to get the show underway. It's going to be a solo show today. And we got some good topics to go over, and you know, one close to home from my daughter, who, you know, you'll figure it out in a second. But before we get to the topics I want to speak about today, I want to do a little announcement that will motivate me to get it out there because I'm kind of afraid. But you know, I made some beats, some music, you know, and then some other people that are more talented than me also made some music. So I'm going to be putting that out on Spotify, everything out there, I guess, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. Never did that before, but was just messing around on my iPad, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And my kids like the beats, so everyone else has to, right? We'll get that out there to be on all the streaming platforms. And yeah, I'll look forward to using that. We might be featuring some in this show. You never know. Also, there again, it goes with the smacking of the tongue. But we would like to give a thanks to our sponsor, Subway. Now, I know you guys are seeing all these Subway ads with Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Charles Barkley. I want you guys to comment below. Who do you think is best? Best athlete out of all the Subway sponsors? Me, Tom Brady, Charles Barkley, or Steph Curry? I mean, it's a clear winner there, but leave a comment down below. Also, if you're enjoying my content, if you like any episode out of these 63, hit the like button. That will help us a lot. It's free, easy. Subscribe. That would help us even more. That's debatable, but it'll help us. So if you can subscribe, get us to 1,000 subscribers, that would be great. And yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the content, making it for you. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. And yeah. Oh yeah, check out our merch. And when I say our, I mean my merch. At store.percigarner.com. And the website's not totally complete, but it's up because that's how I work. So if you want to go check out the website, it's percigarner.com. Yeah, I did it the cheapest way possible, and it will show when you visit the website. But a lot of information about me is there. If you want to follow me on any social media, it's there. We got some of the episodes up there. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the home for everything about me and what I'm doing. I also have a Discord server, which I'll be posting the link in the description. So if you have a kid that wants any information about pitching from someone who did it at the highest level, then go ahead and click the link and join the Discord server. And I'll be sharing information there. Also, I'll be holding one-on-one lessons virtually in the Discord server. So it should be fun. I'm excited. There's some people in there already. We've already had a meeting, so you're missing out. So get in there now. All right. Now, did I say thank you to Subway? Yes, I did. All right. So make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get to this first one. So the first one, you know, my daughter Peyton, I posted a video of her doing the LeBron silencer celebration that he hasn't done in a while. He probably hasn't done it since she's been born, but I was showing it to Perce because LeBron's on Fortnite now, and he's doing that. That's his emote in the game. And Perce wanted to see it in action. So I showed LeBron. I think he hit the last second shot against Golden State back in the day when he played for the Heat. And he did. I think it was his best looking silencer celebration. So I showed him to that. And Peyton was just on her little scooter in the basement riding around. And, you know, she all of a sudden just started busting out. So I whipped my phone out as fast as I could, start recording. And, 765,000 views later. Not because of me, because LeBron actually woke up the next morning and LeBron had retweeted this. And he said, you know, go Peyton. That's a baby goat right there. And then the people in the comments, of course, oh, does he think he's the goat or something? You know, everybody trying to feed off of all that. And the comments were fun. I went through and read as many as I could before work. And actually, do we have it? We can pull it up real quick.
Yep, we got it. We got it.
Oh my gosh, wait.
LeBron James.
He's LeBron James.
Oh my gosh, my son. It was hilarious. There was a lot of comments about my son doing the John Cena walkout music. It didn't really occur to me because I was cracking up at the same time. But yeah, a lot of people actually thought he was a girl too. So sorry, Perce, but you know they couldn't see you. But but he's actually an 8-year-old boy who was very excited about his baby sister just doing a Fortnite emote. So I thought it was pretty awesome. I can't believe LeBron retweeted that. I think that just goes to show that the check mark does mean a little bit. You know, some people who are verified on social media are like, no, this doesn't really mean anything, but in those situations, I don't think LeBron would have saw it if I wasn't verified. So thank the Lord that I am. Because that was a great experience. She was hilarious. I told her, I go, Peyton, LeBron retweeted you. She's like, I know. I'm like, you don't know what they're talking about now. She liked watching it of herself. But that was fun. That was fun, right? I got a lot of comments at the football game. Everyone's like, oh man, you know LeBron? I'm like, no. He just thought it was funny. So
it was it is an awesome video.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, a talented person taking the video.
Yeah. It's a little blurry.
It is. It was dark and it was in vertical form, so I had to zoom in to make it look. Actually, no, it was horizontal. I had to zoom in to make it look good on Instagram and stuff. So, it wasn't the greatest. It was off the cuff. I didn't tell her to do any of that. I just tried to whip the phone out real fast and record it.
That's what makes it perfect.
Yeah, it worked,
Yep.
But, I mean, how would you feel if you had a daughter that went viral on the internet? That was 2 years old. For positive things.
Right. I mean, I'd be pretty psyched about it. I mean, you're talking arguably the greatest basketball player, definitely of our generation.
Yes, for sure.
Retweeting that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And just to go out a step further, I think it had over 3 million impressions. But,
wow.
Only people actually, 765,000 actually people clicked on it and watched it, which is
so far, right?
Yeah.
And how long's it been out there?
I want to say maybe a week now. So, but it had most of its views within the first 3 days. So it was just crazy to keep seeing the number going up, just getting notifications like, oh, hey, someone liked this. Someone retweeted this. I'm like, still? Like I get like 50 likes usually on my stuff and it's usually pretty quick. And then I never see anything after that. So it was pretty funny. And I do need to post more. Social media is it's a job, trying to keep a personal brand and be consistent. And man, it's rough, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, I am. I'm complaining. I'm definitely complaining. I try to, obviously with my personal brand and then Rainbow Connection, I got to also, do brand awareness with that. So it's just, and you do it too for Dogs Podcast. So
it's a lot. Especially when you consider all the different, outlets. Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you're doing anything on Snapchat, what am I missing? People do stuff on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, I run the Dogs Podcast website, YouTube, and you got all. So whenever I'm doing episodes each week, I'm like, all right, where's my checklist? This one.
And you're better at it than I am, which you know, I
It's
feel
just-
like you got a lot more to do with too. I feel like, because you got the shows and stuff, but then
Right.
you do other podcasts. So you're just media overload over here. But,
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's fun. Like you said, it's fun. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I am, but whatever. But people think that, hey, this video just got here. It's like, it didn't just get here. There's a lot of time involved.
Yeah. And the clips, like obviously you edit this podcast, but the clips I go through and do them from time to time. We've had a running joke throughout the life of this podcast.
And we call that a blue moon.
Yes, I do clips and post them on social media every now and again. We're not going to talk about the frequency, but it is hard work, but it is fun. I love editing videos, so, whatever. So with that, there was some negative comments. Now, I'm not used to getting negative feedback on my posts because not that many people, see it. I have 3,000 followers on each platform. And when it gets in front of 3 million people, then that's where the negativity comes out. And someone's like, did your daughter give you permission? Did she give consent for you to post her video on the internet? And no, she didn't. But she liked seeing it there. She laughed and she liked watching it. She doesn't understand that 3 million other people had the opportunity to click on the video and see it. But I had some people come to my defense. Like, dude, why did you even take it there? It's not like that, But I mean, is that the right thing to do? I mean, comment down below if you have an opinion on this. If you think, it's wrong to post your kids on the internet. I think it's funny. My kids are funny. I love spending time with my family. I just want to share our fun, I guess, with the world. And I thought that's what social media was about. I know sometimes people only show the highlights, and I try not to be like, hey, look what I'm eating. Hey, I'm in Hawaii, or hey, I'm doing this. It's more of just like, the pictures I posted today, which I'm really bad at posting because we took those pictures like 2 months ago. But pictures of me and my wife having fun in my basement. We're dressed to go to a gala, however you want to say it. And I just had fun. So I was like, we're having fun. We're, let's post them. See, I don't know if she's happy that I posted them. But that's part of the fun as well. But I mean, what's your opinion on all of this?
I think that there's too much negativity out there. I mean, if you're having fun, the way I see it is I don't really care what anybody else. If they got a problem with it, then they got a problem.
Yeah.
But your video of your daughter, because I remember I when I saw it pop up on Facebook, I watched it and I just started busting up laughing, and I showed my wife and I'm like, watch this, and she's like, is that Peyton? And she started laughing, and it was just, it brings a sense of happiness to other people watching it. And it's not like you were doing it for the views.
Yeah. I had no idea that was going to take off.
Exactly. It's going viral. Like, you're not trying. And I think that's what made it so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way I think I do social media is different than most people. Now, I'm not trying to make a living off of it. That would be great if, this podcast took off, but I'm enjoying doing this, and I'm not, we had Jackson on, and he talked about TikTok and how it was draining him and all that stuff because he cared about that, and I'm not saying I don't care about the numbers. Let's be real. I'm an athlete. I'm competitive. I want to do, I want to do well, but, it's something that, I just like making content and putting it out there, and we'll see what happens. And the Peyton thing, people are like, hey man, you got to add LeBron. You got to add him. And I'm like, all right, so I did it, and next thing you know, this is what happened. So I think it's funny, and yeah, there's negativity out there, but that's gonna happen no matter what you're doing. And I think it was hilarious, but we'll see when my daughter gets older and I ask her what her opinion is. Hey, so 12 years ago.
Yeah, she'll say, when I was 2, I didn't give you consent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something I have to ask.
Then
but
again, she did say she knew.
Yeah, she did say that.
So
even though she didn't, but she did say that. Oh man, but I'll have to ask Perci to see what his opinion is. But he was excited about Peyton getting a lot of attention. He was like, "That's so cool." He's like, "I was telling my friends at school, and none of them believed me, Dad." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, son." So, but and a lot of the themes that we're talking about is social media today. We're gonna get to sports. Just wait, but I thought that was cool to share about my daughter and LeBron retweeting. And then I just want to, hear people's opinion on putting the kids on the internet. I know a lot of people do it, but, I just feel like that person was upset at me for my daughter getting a whole bunch of views and, whatever. But I don't know if were you aware of the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp shutdown or whatever you want to call it?
I haven't looked as much into it yet as I want to. I did notice yesterday because I was trying to do some stuff on social media.
Okay.
And I couldn't use Facebook for a while.
What was it doing? Like, was it just not loading?
You know me, I'm just instantly thinking, well, my internet's bad, but then I started using some of my other tabs and stuff. I'm like, no, internet's good. Yeah, it just went completely blank. It said like this content cannot be viewed right now or loaded or something. It was just completely, everything was gone.
Goes to show how much I was doing my job of social media because I didn't.
Well, it wasn't like it was all day though. It was like a block of time. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So and then I get on my phone. I'm on Wi-Fi. I go to data. Nothing. So yeah, it was down.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just saw the article and I was like, oh wow. And then this was the only reason I saw that is because I saw an article about a Facebook whistleblower who did an interview on 60 Minutes, and I think she just did another interview. But I guess she's just putting, they call it whistleblower, but she's just putting all the information out there about Facebook. And the little bit that I saw, she was talking about how Facebook, the algorithm they use, kind of puts out there what they think people want to see. Obviously, every platform does that. But Facebook's taking it extra. Obviously, people love controversy. People love, information that's going to get them riled up so they can post something that just, that's not me, but there's a lot of people out there that like to post angry stuff or, stuff that's going to divide people. And this whistleblower for Facebook is saying, Facebook definitely promotes that. They want, even if it's misinformation, fake news, they put it out there because people are reacting to it. People are engaging in it. And they want you to stay on Facebook as long as possible. So they don't care if the news is correct. They want you on their platform so they can make money. And she did share that they cut off the misinformation algorithm during the election, I believe. But then soon it was over, they put it right back up and let it go. So they obviously know what they're doing is not good. But and then I don't know if it's karma. I don't know if I believe in karma, to be honest, but it's just easy to say in our society. People say it all the time. So karma, all the Facebook services got shut down for a little bit. So I don't know if that's showing something or not, but it could have been a coincidence or what. I just think it was kind of crazy, and then I see all these posts like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. I didn't even notice that Facebook and Instagram was shut down. And, me, I'm just like, I'm not proud of myself at all. I was just oblivious, I guess. But, I mean, how does that make you? We obviously know, like I talked about this when Danny was on, as a person running an organization and a business and my brand, I want to know different information about people so I can get my content in front of the right people. And Facebook is the best at giving you what age group, gender, what their interests are. And you can kind of target your information or your content for those people. But then when you're the person getting the information, you're being targeted, then it's kind of like, oh, that kind of stinks. That's kind of weird. And that's what Apple's trying to cut down on if you see on your update, ask this app not to track. That's what that's about. But it's a little scary when you're the customer or consumer. And, when you're talking about, oh yeah, I want a hoop for my son's room so he can play basketball, hanging on the door. And then 3 hours later, you're on Facebook and you see an ad for door hanging hoops. You're just like, what the heck? But yeah, it's out there and it's what's going on. It's been going on for a while now and Facebook's really good at it. And I don't know where we're going from here, but it's scary, but helpful at the same time, depending on what end you're on. And I just kind of gave up. I used to have a VPN, VPNs are getting outlawed in different countries and the net neutrality thing was scary where, certain ISPs, that's your internet service provider. They're going to let you go to certain websites who pay them. They'll let you get to those websites faster. Websites you like to go to that don't have a, contract or whatever with your ISP, it'll take you longer to get there or won't even let you go. They like certain people like AT&T, when you first get on their plan, they have a stream saver, or I think it's something called like that, where they lower your speeds if you're watching videos. So you have to go in and manually turn that off. But I'm a nerd, so I was able to do that. But most people aren't going to go, oh, I'm only getting 1.5 megabits per second. This isn't right. and they're not going to go search and try to turn that off. But all right, would you be one of those people? Or you're just watching your video and you're like, oh, it's on 480. I don't care. I don't care if it's a little blurry. I don't care. No,
doing all the media stuff, I know when my videos don't look right, and I want them to look right.
Yeah, I was getting frustrated.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially when I'm not going to share that. Not because it's bad, but, I probably shouldn't be, watching videos at certain times of my life. But I'm addicted to YouTube, but what can I say? But I noticed that when I'm like, what the heck? This video's blurry as heck. And then I, figured that out. And I know there's a way you can test. If you ever want to test your internet when you're streaming video, go to fast.com and it'll test your internet using the Netflix server. So you can see, hey, if I'm watching Netflix on my phone, is my, carrier slowing me down? So you can figure that out. I like to check my internet speeds at all times. I'm obsessed with it, but
well, you pay for it.
Exactly. But yeah, that's enough of the tech stuff. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure, because social media impacts everyone. Positive, negative. At some point it's going to be negative, and at some point it's going to be positive. I try to spread as much positivity as I can. Hopefully your feed and timeline is full of positive stuff. So, but there was some NFL games this weekend, and obviously I was a professional baseball player, so I am going to talk about the MLB playoffs for a little bit. But there was a matchup that everybody was keying in on, and I want to get your input in a second, but I want your input on this. Did you see the video with Adele?
No.
Well, it was a Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, but Adele was the music in the background. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. It was her Hello song, and it had Tom Brady and the Patriots stuff, and it was like, oh, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, the reunion. And then it switched to Buckeyes when she goes, hello from the other side. And I was just like, oh, this was great. And someone like me, we do video for a living. I was like, oh, this is a great edited video. And then some people are like, don't even notice that and they're just crying like, oh my gosh, Tom Brady. And then some people are like, okay, this is cheesy. I just thought it was great. But I mean, this game, man, it was, and my wife's like, dang, why are you watching so much football? But we situated the couch in the basement. You already know, you've been down there watching games. So now it's not like I have to fall asleep down here. It's like I can sit and enjoy stuff. And that game was great. Mac Jones really surprised me. Curious of how that game would have went if Cam Newton was there instead of Mac Jones, but that's neither here nor there. What did you think of the game?
Well, let me preface it by saying if it weren't raining for most of the game like it was, it might have been a little different. Tom Brady put some nice passes into Antonio Brown's hands and then right out of them.
True.
Like on the money.
True.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, I know the Buccaneers won, but Tom Brady got completely shut down by Belichick and the Patriots defense.
Yeah. So, I know, I think nowadays, if you hold a team under 20 points, that's like a good job, especially a team led by Tom Brady with all the weapons. I know he had Gronk out and a running back, but the weapons he has, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, OJ Howard, that stuff, to hold them to 19 points. I know there was rain, but Belichick played with Tom Brady for 20 years, so I think he knows what can kind of...
Well, and the other thing, too, is, the Patriots played in the rain.
Yep.
It wasn't just Tom Brady playing in the rain, and Mac Jones was able to complete some passes.
And some people say he outplayed him.
I think he did, because I think they put together a good game plan for him.
Yeah.
He got rid of the ball fast.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it was turn, it was play action pass or drop pass. It was quick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great game, man. I enjoyed watching that. It was good, and I love what Tom Brady said after the fact. You know, hey, me and Belichick, we have a relationship. A lot of the stuff you guys say in the media is false. But you know, I would love to have been a fly on the wall because Belichick, I guess, went to the Buccaneers locker room after the game and had a conversation. You know, would love to listen what that conversation was about. But it was a great game, great for TV. They planned it out perfectly, the network and everything. It was great presentation. I wish it wasn't raining, but then again, it was a good game. And Mac Jones impressed me. It's not like I want him to do bad because I'm a fan of Cam, but you know, I'm also a fan of young quarterbacks or people who aren't like, I'm a fan of Baker, even though I'm a Steelers fan. When Baker was struggling early on, I'm like, man, I don't care how cocky he is. I want him to do well. I hate to see people fail. And I talked about that, I think, last episode or 2 episodes ago. But
I always felt like that about Sam Darnold in New York because I thought he could be pretty good. And then I think the head coaching situation just stifled him. But now, Carolina, he looks unleashed.
Well, see, I think my eyes were – not my eyes. How do I want to say this? My mind was changed on making judgment on players by this Justin Fields, Matt Nagy thing. Even though he performed better this week, but Matt Nagy, I guess, relinquished the play calling duties, so maybe that's why. But once I saw that and I know how dynamic Justin Fields is, and then I saw what a game plan could do to a player and the way he looks on tape, you know, I heard Dan Orlovsky talk about, okay, I'm starting to rethink my opinion on Mitch Trubisky now. And then, obviously, Sam Darnold's a great example of that. Baker's an example of that. I know you didn't think he played that well this past Sunday, but Baker, you could just say he was a rookie, but under, you know, Hugh and, you know, you never, and what's the guy's other name?
Freddie Kitchens.
And then now you see a different player. It's just like, you know, especially in the NFL. NBA, I think coaches are great, but I feel like they have less of an impact compared to NFL. You know, you never really – there's very few times where, well, to my knowledge, that you would say, oh, the Cavs were out-coached. You're just like, yeah, they're not good compared to the team.
One thing about basketball, too, is you got 5 guys that you're worried about at a time, and they're playing offense and defense. In football, you've got 11 guys on one side, and then you've got 11 different guys on the other side. Then you got your special. I mean, coaching's big in NFL.
True. I didn't realize how many coaches there was until I was watching the Hard Knocks, and I was like, there's like 3 special teams coaches?
Yeah, it's like this is the assistant to the assistant of the shoe tying coach. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot.
The shoe tying coach. I mean, to be honest, this year has really got me back into football. When I was playing college football, I kind of lost interest a little bit. You know, didn't really go to football. I'd never been to an NFL game prior to this year. And, you know, my homie had tickets for me to go to the Browns-Bears, but that fell through. But I've been able to go to the Steelers game, and that was just a great experience, and I'm glad. But now I'm into football. Playing Madden again. I ain't played Madden since I was in college. And it's just great. You know, I'm all about football. Still not going to do fantasy leagues. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it'll make me watch football differently, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be yelling at, oh my gosh, come on, man, throw him the ball.
That was my Monday night. Where's Darren Waller?
He was excited when he scored. And what do you think about the taunting call?
Horrible. I mean, first horrible. There was a taunting call when the Browns played the Texans. The Texans tight end got up. I don't even know if he spiked the ball or whatever. He just kind of did something with it, and they called taunting. And I was like, oh, we're in trouble this year. Like, if that kind of – I was supporting the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Waller –
it wasn't even on your team.
Yeah. Waller spikes the ball every time he gets a big catch.
I noticed it.
And they were saying, like, the referees went to huddle, and they came out, and they were like, we didn't like how close he was to the sideline when he did it. What?
I could see if he was looking at their sideline and spiked it. He was looking down the field.
Spiked it in someone's face or whatever. But as soon as he got up, I mean, he was already in the motion of throwing it. He was just pumped.
Yeah. And the commentators did say that there was a coaches committee that came up with this. So But let's get to the real man sport. No, I'm and the MLB playoffs. It stinks that this isn't going to show until next week, but this is being recorded on Tuesday the 5th. And the Yankees-Red Sox playing the wild card game tonight. So that's going to be exciting. Got to watch that. I'm excited, man. And the Indians season being over, sad. I didn't even make it up to their last season as the Indians. I feel terrible. Tristan was like, "Hey, man, you coming up?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to see the Browns." And then Savali asked for the ball and pitched well. It was great, man. It's good that a lot of my homies they ended the season well, which was good to see. But we got to go up to an Indians game next year. I mean, a Guardians game next year.
Indians, come on.
And I just got found out. I guess there was a group or club or committee or organization that is happy to see the name change. They said they had been working on it for a while. So I assume people weren't just changing it to change it, that there had to be some people that were unhappy. So it was good to see, that community be supported, I guess. So that was good. But still kind of stinks. They're always going to be the tribe in my eyes, man. Mm-hmm. I can get away with not calling the Indians, I guess. Everyone else was like, no.
I'm not buying any new shirts.
Okay.
So let's just say that.
I think I might get a Guardians jersey up here with my number on it. No. I'm in the process since you sent me that file of the new Chubb. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get on that. We'll see how long that takes me.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned. You might one day see some jerseys hanging behind me. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, but yeah, get out and watch MLB, baby. Come on now. I know it's NFL season. Everybody's excited, but it's MLB playoffs, baby. It's October. It's baseball time.
Playoffs are always fun.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Not the 162 previous games.
It's a grind. You know what it's like.
I do know. But, I mean, I'm not going to say I loved and enjoyed watching every inning. I want to think about all the games. If I played, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that's 9 seasons of, let me do some math here. Let's just get this done real quick so I figure this out.
What are you trying to figure out? How many?
So 9 times 100, we'll just do 150 because big league there's 162, minor league there's 144 or something like that. So we'll just say 150. That makes the math easy. So that's 1,350 games that I sat through, not including doubleheaders.
Wow.
And then we'll times that by 9. So that's over 12,000 innings that I experienced, not including college and high school and little league and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and summer ball and all that stuff. So there's a lot of baseball. And, it wasn't always, sometimes I'd have to do some push-ups or, do some quick sprints in the dugout to stay awake. But hey. Oakley's really came in handy. But I do want to close out this show. Again, it was a great week. And I posted on Instagram, talking about someone from my home neighborhood where I grew up passing away. And she was a great role model. She was a woman from the old school who didn't put up with no mess. And struck fear in some of the kids in the neighborhood. But I think we needed that at the time. We knew not to disrespect Miss Doris Jean or there would be consequences. But I do want to say rest in peace to her. It was good to see family and stuff like that. But, the Dover victory was great. And obviously getting to record the show, watching a lot of NFL and just being around my family. And, we had a little dance party on the block over in the neighborhood that I grew up on. It was fun, man. Listen to some old school, hip hop, some old school R&B music, dancing, showing my son and how it really goes down. But it was a good weekend all together. But make sure you guys subscribe again, and try out the merch. I'm gonna be adding stuff eventually. Maybe 2023. We'll see. We'll see. But I ask you to help me out by subscribing or liking the video. If you do purchase merch, that will go to a Dover student scholarship. So that'll be great. That link will be posted below. Again, if you have any desire in making a podcast, we got equipment down below. If you click there, purchase anything through Amazon, that goes back to help us out. And yeah, I guess that's all, folks. Peace.
It feels like Casablanca. Shouting you my little mama. I got a crib out of water. Say me Casa Sukasa.